I'm expecting some gnarly kills. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Steven. This is Nathan, and today we're going to be doing a trailer reaction to the new Terrifier 3 teaser trailer, the third installment in Damien Leone's Terrifier trilogy, slasher trilogy. What are your thoughts on this film, Nate? Have you seen the other two?
Seen the first one, haven't seen the second one. When it comes to horror movies, it's not really my type of horror movie. It's, that
Mhm.
very over the top, gruesome, like shock style horror. And I understand. I know there's people that like that. I have nothing against it. It just, I've seen movies like that. Most of the time, it's just not my style of horror movie. So, like I said, I didn't see the second one, saw the first one. I think Terrifier himself is scary looking as hell.
Mhm.
And I'll touch on it after, we'll react to this trailer because who knows, maybe this trailer's changed a little bit from or gives a different tone than the previous movies. But
Yeah.
I'll hold my comments till after.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Look, I didn't really care for the first one. I thought it was fine. Like, I don't have any urge to rewatch it. A very simple story. But the second one, they definitely added more story, more characters. It made it more interesting. I thought it was very well done. Kills were even crazier, but they actually gave it some a little bit more weight to the story and the lore of Art the Clown. So I really like that, and so I'm really curious what Terrifier 3 is gonna offer. I know it's a holiday theme horror film, slasher film, in Christmas. So let's just watch this teaser trailer. Sure, we're not gonna get too much, but hopefully we get some cool imagery. Three, 1, 2, 3, go. That's a cool shot.
And just such a good job with his makeup. They look scary as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And they weren't joking when they said teaser. That was what, like 40 seconds?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, yeah, very obviously a teaser trailer. So what's a minute? Well, how long was that trailer? A minute long, maybe a little bit over.
I
Yeah,
think of
a
actual
minute.
footage that was like 40 seconds.
Yeah, actual footage, 40 seconds. No, I mean, but what they showed, the little glimpses that we saw, I like the visual aesthetics of it. I think it looks even better than Terrifier 2. I think it's been an improvement with each film, with everything, with the quality of filmmaking and execution, from what I can tell in this one. Obviously, I have to see it to make my final judgment on it, but from what I'm seeing, I think it looks really cool. It looks like Damien Leone's stepping up his game. I'm expecting some gnarly kills. I like that it's a Christmas theme, so I'm a big fan of holiday slasher films in general, just holiday horror films. I think it's great. So I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to be there in theaters when it comes out, and yeah, I hope it's not as long as Terrifier 2, and if it is that long, I hope it's more justified, because that was my biggest issue with Terrifier 2. I think it could have been like at least 25 to 30 minutes shorter than what the run. That's 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's
Oh wow,
pretty
that's long
wild
for a scary movie.
for especially a slasher film. And I don't really mind. I just felt like it didn't earn those 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think it could have been tighter and it would have worked even better. But yeah, what do you think of the trailer and all that stuff? What you saw?
I have no problem with Terrifier as a movie. Like I said, I understand all of the whole shock horror, extra bloody scenes. I get it. There's people that like that. My only, and it seems like this is going to do that as well. Just from the trailer right there, you could
Mhm.
already tell that's going to be what's going on here. Here's my only problem with this, and it's not really a problem. It's just that I feel that iconic characters, Leatherface, Freddy, Michael Myers, Jason, Ghostface, they're hard to come by. You know, it has to be a combination of look, and then you have to
Hmm.
deliver a watchable movie. And I'm not saying this film is not watchable. I think they have the look down. To me, Terrifier or Art, whatever you want to call him,
Hmm. Art the Clown, yeah.
he is hands down the scariest goddamn clown I've seen. He puts
Yeah.
Pennywise to shame. And I feel that if they, rather than making a shock horror movie, wanted to say, hey, we're going to try to make this a little bit more mainstream, they could make us like a horror icon. Now, he's going to be a horror icon to hardcore horror movie films, but there's guys, like I said, Freddy, Jason, all the guys, they transcend just hardcore horror movie
Yeah,
fans.
yeah.
And I think they have the potential
They're
with him.
pop culture, you know what I mean?
Yes, pop culture.
Yeah.
That's the best way of it. I think they have the potential with him because of his look. It is very
Mhm.
terrifying. It's very I don't want to say he looks like Hellraiser, but you look at it and it gives you the fear. As a kid, his face to me would give me the fear that somebody like Hellraiser would, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And I think, and I get it, that's not what they're doing, but I think they're missing a big opportunity and not trying to shift towards a little bit more of a mainstream audience. I know the movie's done very well. I know the first one you had told me when we were discussing before that it didn't go to movie theaters. The second one did, and it did good at the box office.
Yeah, I don't know. The first one maybe had like a very tiny run, but it's essentially a streaming release movie. That's where most
Yeah,
people saw it. And the second one started limited, but it got such a good buzz. It played on some festivals, and people basically kept praising it to get into theaters. And then it started going into the Regals and stuff like that way later from its initial release. So that's where I saw it at the Reading Cinemas once it got that wider expansion release. And yeah,
I
it
would like
made good money.
I would like to see them potentially. Obviously, it's not happening with this one. If they make another one, try to hit more of that mainstream audience because, again, I feel that he's got the look to become an icon
Mhm.
in my mind. In my mind, I think what's going to hold it back is this: it's just not. It's not for everybody when it's that bloody, when it's that shock. That has that shocking violence like that.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has to be toned down for a more mainstream audience. But like I said, the guy, goddamn scary as hell. Like
Yeah.
looking as scary, like as scary as all hell.
And maybe if they continue doing these movies, maybe Damien Leone would like to, do a little switch up and not make it so shock horror and make it gruesome still, but be it passable for more mainstreams where it's not like turning off, like where it turns them off, you know what I mean?
And
But
I'm
for
not
now,
saying.
what
Sorry,
he wants.
I want to say
Go
one thing. I don't want to say that he has to like sell out or anything. The only reason I'm bringing it up is because I think you see all these
Yeah,
lower tier horror movies get made, and none of them have to me a main character, a main killer, slasher, whatever you want to call him, that stands out, that is memorable. To me, his
yeah,
face is very memorable. It stands out. There is an opportunity there,
yeah.
and it's potentially, it's going to be missed. And it's his right to do it how he wants to do it. But I'm just saying, there's an opportunity there potentially going to be missed because it is so violent.
Yeah, yeah, and again, that's if he's making his money and a profit from it, and he's making enough where he's comfortable, and it's still then I think he's gonna be fine. But yeah, like if he wants to really transcend and get a more wider audience, he's gonna have to, you know, make it a rated R movie. Like because Terrifier 2 and obviously Terrifier 1, they're not rated. They're not
Yeah,
rated because
surrender
the
the
fact that
rating.
they wouldn't be able to be rated R. You know what I mean? They'd easily get a 17, an NC-17. When it has that NC-17 rating, it like limits your accessibility to put it out to more theaters. And it just automatically NC-17 turns off people when they see it because they're assuming like the worst. Well, so when it says not rating, you get a little bit by with
Yeah.
it, and trick people to watching your movie more. But yeah, there's a lot of potential. Like you said, Art's he has an iconic look. So yeah, we'll see what's the future.
Yeah, I
Hopefully
mean,
this
and
movie does
again,
well.
I'm not saying that he has to do it because he wants more money. I'm saying,
Yeah.
or he needs to get. I'm saying he should do it because it could just reach a
No.
wider audience,
Yeah.
and essentially, art could start terrifying kids in their dreams now when because they've seen
No,
the
no,
movie, right?
no. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's not necessarily like to just like it could still be hardcore, but it could still be like uh it's just more accessible, more mainstream, where people are more aware of him. Not necessarily where they see the movie. Like we didn't see Friday the 13th or those movies right away, but we knew of them because they had transcended into pop culture. You know what I mean?
Yep,
So yeah,
exactly.
I get what you're saying. I totally get it.
So I
We'll
guess
see.
you're going to
Maybe
be
it will.
watching this
Maybe
in
it will.
theaters.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching this in theaters. When opening night. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
And I know you will be too. No,
No, honestly, I probably won't watch it unless it hits a streaming service and it's for
yeah,
free. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the shock, like over the top killing. Like, let me say, horror movies that do that. I could watch in the movies where there's over the top killing, but for some reason in horror movies, I just don't. I don't know. I don't like it. It's just
yeah,
not my thing. I don't know. I've tried to watch a few of them where they kind of
yeah,
go, what is the like the grind? I almost always associate with like the grindhouse route. When they just
yeah,
it's just about kind of able to like get a reaction more than anything.
yeah.
And
I think you just have that condition.
I'm waiting for your jokes, so go for it.
Pussyitis. I think that's what it's
Stupid.
called.
All right,
No,
so
I'm just playing. But look, you should definitely watch Terrifier 2 before you watch Terrifier 3 because there's characters that are going to be in Terrifier 3. So whenever you do watch Terrifier 3 this Halloween, you should at least watch Terrifier 2 when it's because it'll be available to watch. Obviously, it's now available to watch in streaming. And I don't think you're going to get Terrifier 3 in October streaming wise. I think it's going to be in the theaters at least for over a month, probably 2 months. So yeah, I definitely watch that one. It's definitely better than Terrifier 1, man. Terrifier 1 is just like very bare bones, but it did enough to get that attention. Terrifier 2 definitely gives it more story and lore to Art the Clown. So yeah.
there you guys have it. Steven's gonna be watching in theaters. I will not. Let
Mhm.
us know what you think about Terrifier. Do you like those shock horror style movies? What do you think about Art as a superhero villain icon? Do you think if they toned it down, they could transcend to potentially pop culture because of his look? We'd love to
I
hear
don't know
from
what
you
he's
guys.
talking about, superhero, but
Sorry, I don't know. I was gonna say villain, and I was thinking I meant like super villain.
yeah, as a horror villain icon, yes,
Yeah,
that's what you
horror
meant to say.
villain as a horror villain icon.
Uh,
But either way, let us know and let us know what you guys think about it. We'd appreciate you guys smash a like on the button if you subscribe to the channel so you can see more of our videos. Thanks a lot. It's 24 Chambers of Film. I'm Nathan. This is Steven. Appreciate you guys watching the video.
peace.